Oh, what is it? The Dukes of Hazards. We've got a long ways to go and all night to get there. I don't know if we have all night to get there, but we have a lot to cover. So let's jump in. First of all, I want to tell you it's Sunday. It's 2:30 in the afternoon as I'm recording this on January 7th. How you doing? I'm excited. There's a snowstorm coming. How much will we get? We'll find out in a couple days after it's over. But here are the watches and warnings across the country right now. This storm that's diving into Arizona currently will be ejecting into the plains and the Midwest and eventually the Great Lakes. And it's having just its presence felt all over the place. So these are the current watches and warnings for the Northwest. You see widespread winter storm watches for the mountains and also eastern portions of Washington, mountains of Oregon. As you get into Montana, you're included in some of those winter storm watches. You get down into Nevada, winter weather advisories further south. It's wind issues, freeze warnings for parts of central California, down into southwest Arizona, wind for the rest of southern Arizona, winter storm warnings or watches depending on where you are in Arizona and New Mexico. Then northeastern New Mexico, parts of the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles, into southeastern Colorado and into Kansas. That is a blizzard warning. So be warned, we're likely to have a blizzard. Meanwhile, winter storm warnings are up now for northern Kansas, eastern Nebraska, a small portion of western Iowa where I live. Northern Missouri is included, also extreme southern parts of South Dakota. Surrounding that, winter weather advisories further east in Iowa. It's winter storm watches, as the storm won't be getting there until Tuesday. It's craziness. You get down into Louisiana, and we've got some flooding concerns there, along with the wind. More wind issues for the rest of the South. And then way up in New England, our exiting storm system with still some winter storm warnings up there and winter weather advisories as well. And some winds off the lakes. That's a lot. That's a lot. There's a lot going on. So let's show you what's happening on our maps. So I've got the GFS up. Of course I do. And this, the timestamp here on the 7th, that's today. And 21Z is you take 21, you subtract 6, you get 15 military time. That's 3 o'clock in the afternoon Central Time. And it's 2:35 right now. So this is pretty much where we are right now. And you see right here on the East Coast, still feeling the effects of our storm. In Connecticut and Rhode Island, and nope, Rhode Island's right there. It looks like you're clear. So Massachusetts, you're still seeing snow, and into Maine, New Hampshire, New Hampshire, Vermont, some light snow lingering behind. And here's our storm. The upper level low is already now in Arizona. The surface low will be forming, and let's move it forward and watch that happen right here in eastern New Mexico, just north of Clovis. And we're seeing some light snow, hence the watches and warnings already hoisted for New Mexico, Colorado, and some light snow already starting here in South Dakota, Nebraska. This is midnight tonight. Now, as we move forward in time, we're starting to see now some snow pick up in western Kansas, rain changing to snow here, a little pocket of heavy snow there, and then snow now making its way into Minnesota, South Dakota, and a little bit in Nebraska and western Iowa. And we're at 6 o'clock in the morning here tomorrow morning. And then this is, what is this? 9 o'clock in the morning, and we're starting to see the snow really pick up. Omaha to Lincoln, down into North Kansas. See how tight these isobars are. This is why you have a blizzard warning for parts of Colorado into Kansas. And so the winds are really strong here with some heavy rain, heavy snow, rain further south. And look at that, really going. Meanwhile, it's snowing to beat the band here, again near Omaha, down to Lincoln, and moving into western Iowa And this is noon o'clock. Light snow up into Minnesota, South Dakota. And as our storm continues, blizzard conditions in western Kansas, moving into northern Kansas, lighter snow, but coming down consistently, Iowa and Nebraska, and now northern Missouri getting into the act, as well as Illinois. Blizzard conditions waning, starting to relax a little bit on the snow. The wind's still cranking here in Kansas. Still steady snow, all of Iowa now, and eastern Nebraska as we get into Tuesday morning. This is midnight tomorrow night. Still snowing, heavy snow in parts of Kansas. Heavy snow now picking up in Indiana and Illinois. And as we move into Tuesday, this would be 3 o'clock in the morning. This would be 6 o'clock in the morning. So still snowing where I live, right about here, and on the light side. And snow picking up now in Missouri and into Illinois. Did you see what happened in Ohio? Ohio had a little bit of snow mixed in with some rain. Now changing to all rain, Ohio. And thunderstorms, and we'll talk more about these, thunderstorms in the south, because there's a severe weather component to this storm as well. We could see hail, damaging winds, and maybe even some tornadoes. And we'll show you that graphic here coming up. And then the storm still cranking. Here's noon. Now eastern Iowa getting in on the act near Chicago. Heavy snow in western and northern Illinois and moving into Wisconsin. And some heavy snow busting out in Michigan. Still raining in Ohio. Heavy rain moving up the East Coast. We're going to have flooding concerns with this rain as this rain starts to move on top of the snow that fell from the first storm. There's so much going on with this. Some strong winds here too on the backside of this low and on the north side. No blizzard watches or warnings for this yet, but we'll keep an eye on that. Rain now in Michigan and snow on the backside on top of the heavy snow that came down in Missouri. And this wound up storm. Watch this. You've been getting rain from this storm in Ohio and now some light snow moving in on the backside. Indiana, you as well. And then the heavy rains moving into New England. Look how heavy that's coming down. Connecticut, Massachusetts, where they've had 12 inches of snow. You're going to have inches of rain on top of that and snow melt. That's just going to be a big mess. And then the storm exits. So that's the storm that's coming tomorrow into Tuesday and into Wednesday before it moves into Canada. Now, just for fun, I'm just going to move this forward real quick. Got a clipper system moving across, very cold air falling in behind that. And then another system around the 12th. This one's going to be strong. Now, again, this is far away, so we don't know exactly where it's going to track or how strong it's going to be, but could there be another blizzard coming up in a week? There could. So there's that. And then there's one more, I'm sure. Yep, there it's forming. So how about you in the south? You ready for an ice storm and a snowstorm? Maybe Tennessee and Kentucky. Again, this is 9-10 days away. So we don't know exactly about that yet. But so the storm tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, then another one, then another one. And a clipper system in between, and very cold temperatures too. So what about tomorrow's storm, tomorrow into Wednesday's storm? Where's the deepest snow going to be? Well, the European has it looking like this. So we've got really good snows for Kansas, almost all of Kansas in the 8 to 12 inch and higher amounts. We've got eastern Nebraska, 6 to 10. We have eastern Iowa, I'd say 6 to 10 here. Southern Iowa, 6 to 10, and some higher amounts. Now, parts of western Iowa, including where I live, and northern Iowa, it's more like 4 to 6. So we'll see. You get into northern Illinois, western Illinois, you're back to the 8 to 12 with higher amounts. Same with southern Wisconsin and moving into Michigan. And don't forget about the Pacific Northwest. There's just tons of snow for the Cascades and into the mountains of the panhandle of Idaho and into the mountains of northwestern Montana and even a little bit in the valleys there. What does the GFS say? Well, the GFS has even more snow for Missouri and Illinois, and more snow just south of Omaha near Lincoln. I mean, it could be 12, 16 inches for some folks here. That blizzard in Kansas, 6 to 12 inches with higher amounts. And with the blowing snow, it's drifting and whatnot. And then, snow getting into Illinois, western Illinois as well, and into Wisconsin and Michigan. So it's crazy. Now, the Canadian is kind of my favorite because it has the most snow for me. So just being selfish, this has more like 6 inches of snow or so for where I live in western Iowa, but still, good 8 to 10 for Omaha and Lincoln. The rest of Iowa, looking at more 4 to 6. Kansas, especially the northeast portion of Kansas, you've got 6 to 12 with higher amounts. Illinois back into Missouri, you're looking at 8 to 12 with some higher amounts. So yeah, you get the idea. Let's zoom in on the Euro and Chicago, about 6 inches here. And if you live in this area, it's just easier to pick out where you live and to see about what it's saying. Here's the GFS. You see the difference. Much more snow for southern and eastern Iowa into Illinois, and especially northern Missouri, Kansas, and Lincoln. A foot of snow on this map. Lincoln, Nebraska. Now the Canadian backs off. So 4 to 6 inches Chicago area. Still 7 inches here for Lincoln. So anyway, you get the idea. It's going to snow. It's going to snow a lot. And there's going to be a blizzard in Kansas. And parts of eastern Colorado. I guess it's that time of year. Welcome back, winter. Well, on the warm side of this storm, along the Gulf Coast, we're going to have severe weather. And we're looking at some wind damage, perhaps, for some. We're looking at hail damage for others, or maybe the same people. You know how that works. And isolated tornadoes are possible here, too. So 2 days out, this is for Monday, we have our enhanced risk for parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and the western Florida panhandle. Slight risk surrounding that and down into Texas, including Houston. You go to the marginal risk, and you're including Dallas, Fort Worth, Shreveport, Louisiana, central Mississippi, not far from Water Valley and Grenada Lake. And then my mama and papa live there. Anyway, and then just your general thunderstorms all the way up into Oklahoma and Arkansas, western Tennessee included in that. Well, what about tornadoes? So the tornado risk, you're looking in that yellow area. That's a 10% chance of a tornado. You pick a spot, and within 25 miles of that spot, it's about 10% chance. And the hatched risk means some of those could be some pretty serious tornadoes. Now, the brown is 5% and the green is 2%. So you definitely, if you live in this area, you definitely want to stay close to your weather forecast. And whatever mode you use to listen to warnings, your NOAA weather radio, your local TV station, whatever it is, Twitter, however that works for you, do be paying attention. Again, this is for Monday. This is the hail risk, southern half of Louisiana, again, southeast Texas around Houston, a little bit of Mississippi included as well. And then the 5% risk is expanded around that. All right, so this is a crazy storm. And then once it gets out of here, and then we have a little clipper system coming out of the north, moving across the northern plains. Behind that, Arctic air is going to spill in. And here's how we look Saturday morning at 7 o'clock. And the Deep Purple, not just the band that sang Smoke on the Water, the Deep Purple, yeah, I tried. The Deep Purple is the negative numbers. I mean, we're talking below zero for Omaha, for Lincoln, for most of Kansas. All of Nebraska, all of South Dakota, all of North Dakota, almost all of Minnesota below zero Saturday morning, pretty much Wyoming, pretty much Montana, and getting into Idaho and eastern Washington as well with below zero temperatures in the single digits. Get into Wisconsin, the rest of Iowa, much almost all of Missouri. We've got single digits and teens in Oklahoma, 15 for Amarillo, 16 is at you, Albuquerque, 20 for Lubbock, Texas, 21 for Little Rock. I'm jumping all over the place here, but you get the idea. It's going to be cold. Now, here in Iowa, you may know this. We have the caucus, the Iowa caucus. If you follow politics at all, or if you watch a little bit of news, you know the Iowa caucus is January 15th, which is also MLK Jr. Day, by the way. And so the caucus is at 7 o'clock in the evening. And here are your 6 p.m. temperatures across Iowa. And I know I showed this to you, I think, yesterday. So if you're still with the video, congratulations. You now know it's going to be 5 below zero in Denison. Now, I live in the county just south of that, Shelby County. We're looking for 4 degrees below zero at caucus time. And pretty much the whole state of Iowa, single digits below zero at the time of caucus. The only exception is very far central and southern Iowa with temperatures around 1 or 2. So, hey, it's winter here. It's the Midwest. Turnout will not be affected. I think we're going to be just fine. Welcome back, winter. So our big storm tomorrow, Tuesday into Wednesday. Lots of snow, Midwest, plains, Midwest, blizzard, Kansas, and some pretty good snows for the Great Lakes too. And then the severe threat for the Southeast. So be careful out there, pay attention. And then very cold temperatures, and then 2 more storms that we'll be tracking for you. And we'll be moving across the U.S. Well, after a very quiet December, we knew we had to pay the price at some point. So thank you for tuning in on this Sunday. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll catch you tomorrow on the Weather Mic.